And that was our intro.
I love that. That's so
good,
cool.
So I've kind of decided, because I obviously did one for myself and Owen, who is the normal presenter, that if I convince any guests, I'll get them to do it as well.
That'd be brilliant. You should get someone proper posh to do it.
I think it'd be well worthwhile. Really funny. Definitely. So Kevin, welcome back to Free2talk TV.
It's been a long time.
It's been ages, isn't it? I feel like I haven't really kind of interacted or spoken to anyone for a long time because I wasn't online for a bit, was I? I wasn't here. I was figment of people's imaginations.
So it has been a real long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you missed me?
I always miss you, James.
Ah, bless you, cotton socks. Well, for those that, seeing if anyone watches anyway, but we'll do the intro so they can watch it back. But this is Free2talk TV, where we kind of catch up with the news of the week, stuff we've been up to, anything that affects young people in Northampton or youth work as a whole. So yeah, if you are watching, please give us a like, please give us a comment, say hello. We can see your comments that are posted in real time. So if you've got any questions about the stuff we're talking about, we can go from there. But Kevin, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, this week has been very exciting. I've done 2 forest school sessions over in Bellinge, so that was nice.
Yeah.
We did a bit of bug hunting and bit of necklace making. That was for the youngers, obviously.
Oh yeah. What bugs specifically were you hunting, or just any?
Just any. To be fair, all we really found were woodlouse and a slug. So it is what it is.
Well, technically, is a slug? Slug isn't a bug though. It's an invertebrate. Does it count as a bug?
I don't know. If it's in my bug book, I'll count it. It probably isn't actually. There you go.
Hello, Richard. Hey, Richard. Nice to see you. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Hope you're doing good, mate. Yeah, do you know what? My girlfriend actually gets annoyed with me because we've got her mum in our bubble, so she's not one of the only people we see. But she's got a lovely garden, and over the summer when we kind of went to see her and hang out in the gardens, they'd go, "James, where are you?" And I'd be like, looking, I found a cool spider. Oh, look at this bug. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, do you want to see it? And they'd be like, no,
I think that's the best thing to do sometimes. I think during the pandemic, we kind of realised again how nice it is to be outside.
Yeah.
And now that it's kind of, not got better because it hasn't at all, but now that people are just taking more risks and going to other things again, people have forgotten about how amazing the outside is. Even in winter, I walk my dog in the morning and, to watch the season change, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it is good. I do enjoy the colours and the trees and stuff.
It's beautiful at the moment.
Golden browns and stuff.
Definitely.
Wistful thinking. So, for forest schools, have you got any spaces? Are you doing any more of them for other people?
So, I don't know at the moment. I think we'll hopefully be doing more of them, definitely. I don't know if it'll be this side of Christmas, but maybe. And if people are interested, then they should just definitely let me know and I'll keep them in mind. Also, I just need to plug my laptop in, otherwise I will disappear. So give me a minute.
Don't do that. Don't disappear.
Otherwise you'll just be talking to yourself. like my dog on the wall.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really cool.
I hate it. My mum bought me this calendar, Dog with Hats. No idea why she would have bought me that, but cheers, Mum, if you're watching.
I think it's great. I think it's brilliant. I love dogs with hats. I actually found a video that just really made me laugh, and it was this morning, and it was just a dog that someone had put in a baby chair, and the dog was like playing with the things, the hangover babies. It was just so stupid. Really likes it. Yeah. So if you do want to get in contact with us about the forest schools, give Kev a buzz, or just look at our social media, because we're trying to get. Now I'm back. I'm trying to get more stuff posted on there. So people know.
You're the social media guy.
I am the guru. So I will, just pester everybody, I reckon, really. But you do separate groups, youngers and olders, anyway, don't you? For the
yeah. So it will always be the same age range, just because the activities I'll do with the older people will be different to the ones I do with the youngers, just because there might be some more technical stuff.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Well, I'm back. So from hearing what everyone else is doing, we're still doing all of our detached work in all the different areas we do over the forest schools. I'm going to be doing some more gaming online. I've got a few young people that will be doing hopefully some content creation with me, some videos. Just did a bit of recording of a video this afternoon to get people going, but I'll be doing a cookery video on Monday. It won't be live, it will be a pre-record. I'm recording it on Monday and hopefully get it edited and released by Tuesday.
Nice.
Where I will be. Well, it's my signature dish that I do for everybody, you see. I will be doing an oven-baked risotto recipe.
Nice.
Now, I cook it without even thinking now, but it's like risotto normally, people are scared of it because when you look at recipe and not let it get too, lose too much moisture, blah, 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 blah. But you can cheat by putting it in the oven, and that's what I do. And
everyone likes a cheat.
Yeah, and it's perfect every time. So that's what I'm going to be doing hopefully next week. But if you've got any other ideas about what you want us to do or mentoring, just get in contact with the youth workers. Let us know, because obviously still with the COVID guidelines, we still can't go inside at the moment, which is really annoying. I know, especially annoying for everybody that sent me some audio files from Blackthorn. It's cold. It's cold. It's so cold. And that was just Sam and Deanne.
Do you know what? I was on Wednesday. We were out at a community event for like safety in town centre, and I was having a great time. We're doing a kick up challenge with whoever wanted to come along, and I just look over and Sam and Deanne are both like, and I'm like, what's wrong? And it's so cold, and I was really warm. I was like, oh. But
well, they do say that ladies feel the cold more than men, don't they? Yeah, I think it's something to do with where the blood vessels are slightly higher to the surface of the skin or something, so they lose heat quicker. So that's why women tend to go, it's cold, and we're like, put a jumper on. I want to put the heating on. It's July. All that kind of stuff. So that community event, we've got another community event we're kind of involved in, a youth summit. I don't know if people have seen that advertised online, but some of our young people who actually live in Bellinge are part of it. It'll be a digital event that will be made available to schools. I'll be doing some posts about it next week as well, because it's going live on the 13th of November. If you are part of it, please let us know. We've got some stuff that we're doing for it, some little videos. So next week, this week, Kevin and Sam and Deanne and Serena have been trying to get little audio takes from you all, or little videos, and they're going to be doing that next week as well, because I need more footage, Kevin. I need more.
No worries. I don't know if it'll be as exciting as the footage I've sent this week, but
do you know what? It doesn't have to be that exciting. It's just like the smiley faces of people, like just being out and about with free to talk and stuff on them. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
Cool.
It's what we call stock footage. So it's kind of what I'm after. The only other thing like we're also part of and doing is next week is Youth Work Week 2020. Nice. So our workers will be going around and also asking you some questions, because the theme is ambitious for youth work. So it's trying to get our young people who are watching or we talk to ask those involved in youth work to showcase how positive it is, to talk about the positive effect. Some of the audio stuff I've had this week already is that. I've got a wonderful one from one of the lads who's really cute. And it's amazing. He's like, tells us his name and how old he is, and then how much he likes youth club. And I'm like, my girlfriend heard it and went, "Aww."
You know what?
I think it's amazing.
I know who that is.
Yeah,
and, he's wicked.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And hello, Elizabeth. Hello. Yes. We haven't been online. You see,
we haven't been anywhere for a while, really.
No, not at all. So part of that is 3R. So young people and those involved in youth work showcase to the world the positive impact of youth work. So this could be a simple audio, a video, or just taking a picture of yourself, and then a little caption like below it, like a Facebook post, anything like that, that you can do that. And if you're on Twitter, you can use a hashtag. So hashtag YWW20. That's the hashtag you can do. I'm just going to put that in here.
I'm not cool enough for Twitter. I don't understand it, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't use it too much. So that's the hashtag we will be using. And then, when you use that, they can see some of the work that's going on. But there is going to be a daily focus as well throughout the week. So each day, so Monday will be ambitious for youth work. Tuesday, positive health and well-being. Wednesday, skilled and equipped to learn and earn. Thursday, confident in their future. And Friday, active members of their communities. But I'll be doing social media posts along those. So yeah, but that's where we're at. Now, obviously, we've had some national stuff happen, which is obviously I haven't talked about the government in a while.
I was about to say I've missed your government rants.
My little rants. So, I mean, but the rant is quite important. I mean, we've seen a massive stuff that has happened across the country and locally, and it's been all about school dinners again. So after Marcus Rashford, who got given an MBE, forced the government to make a U-turn. They've kind of ignored that U-turn and gone, there's still no free school dinners over a half term during a pandemic, which was unanimously voted that way by every single Conservative MP, including all seven MPs that represent Northamptonshire.
That's shocking.
It is shocking, isn't it? I think it's horrific.
Do you know what? That is really shocking because, okay, I'm not from Northampton, but having lived in Northampton pretty much all my life, the town is a very, it seems working class town where you kind of do your best to get by, and the fact that these MPs have voted against that, it's almost like a kick in the teeth for the town, because if anyone's going to need it, it's Northampton town. Yeah.
I mean, it's just for me, it's absolute madness, and made me very angry. Now we have seen, like, nationally and locally though, like a huge amount of people going, well, hold on, I'm not having that. And not only bashing their MP and the party, which rightfully so, because every single Conservative MP voted against continuing the school dinners for the holiday. Every single other MP from every single other party voted to continue.
Why is that? That's so strange.
It's almost as if they think feeding children that are in poverty over a holiday during a pandemic is quite important.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. I can't fathom it, James.
I'm just spitballing here.
Do you know what? I had this discussion with I can't remember, one of the other youth workers, and we were just saying how in politics it's quite interesting, because you have these people who are very well to do. The majority of them have gone to the private schools and stuff, and they're then trying to tell us, as as people who, well, not all, some of us would have gone to private school and stuff like that, but the majority of us don't. They're trying to tell us how they think, it's going to be okay because they understand. And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's like as a youth worker, I don't go, walking up to some of the young people who have seen some horrible things, and I go, oh, I totally understand, don't worry, because I don't understand. And I think that's something that's so wrong in politics at the moment, is it's some rich guy who's never, I'm sure they've probably had something happen to them in life, but who's never experienced the poverty or the stress of trying to make sure you got enough money to your next pay slip or etc. And that I think that's what makes me more angry, because they just don't know. They can't. Why are they voting on these things that they just don't understand?
I mean, we've got a comment from Kate Smith as well, and yet the government have meal and alcohol allowance now.
I
mean, so they get, for those that might not know, I think it's about £25 a day.
Can I just say one thing though? That's only if they're not in Parliament or working from home. Not that makes it right, but it's not an everyday thing for them.
But we've already had, like a few years ago, an expenses scandal where people were claiming for second houses, like £8,000 or something along those lines to a relative to act as a secretary, which you're not allowed to do.
I might have to do that with my expenses.
Yeah. I mean, but the fact that £25 allowance is food and alcohol, every single other company that works in this country, I mean, when we're away, so we go away or something, and we get a food allowance, it doesn't include alcohol.
I was about to say, we're not allowed to drink. No. Why do you need alcohol? Why do you for lunch? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's not the 1950s anymore where we kind of used to do that. Like, you go out at lunch and get really drunk before going back to the office. It doesn't do that anymore. And I think this is the most horrific thing I've had from this. That there was a very, very important tweet made by someone, and I'll read that tweet. If the government can subsidise Eat Out to Help Out, which they did, not being able to give poor kids lunch in the school holidays looks mean and is wrong. Okay. Do you want to know who said that?
Yeah.
Nigel Farage said that.
No.
Nigel Farage, who is a bimbling
idiot,
horrible, hateful person for a lot of the stuff he's saying, has taken the moral high ground against the government.
At no point.
And is in the right.
At no point did I ever think I would ever agree with anything Nigel Farage.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
But just the fact that someone like that says that.
Yeah.
How, I mean, when you look worse than Nigel Farage, then, you might as well just give up. Just go on.
Do you know what? Next week, we're going to have Darth Vader and Voldemort doing tweets as well. And they're going, I think not giving poor kids school dinner's a bit bad, guys.
Yeah, do you know what? It's and do you know what is nice? And I think we've seen it throughout the pandemic. People have really come together through it. Like the amount of businesses and stuff that have been like, you know what? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We've got so many school meals. I think that's I'm not British myself, but that at times like that, I'm a bit like, go on, Britain, you're doing well, kind of thing.
I mean, I'm a bit torn on that, however. So I'm going to tell you why. Now, before working full time with Free2talk, I worked for the Hope Centre for their food club, which I got that started up. It's now, I think last week they delivered over 350 food packages.
Wow!
Which is amazing. We've got all these other companies, pubs, restaurants. One that stuck with me is Oren, the Vietnamese place. Like we want to introduce your children to what pho is, and it's like, this is what we're doing.
Cool.
And they're not making any money out of it. They're delivering it to people in need. And almost every single pub or restaurant, whatever that's done this, has been oversubscribed. So that tells you how deep the problem goes. But the issue I've got with it is the government has said they're not giving school dinners, right? So we step up as individuals to solve the problem, which means the government don't have to do anything.
Oh, exactly. They've dodged that bullet then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my biggest issue. I love the fact that you've got Royal and Derngate jumping in and helping. You've got all these restaurants jumping in and all this kind of stuff. But the government is still not held accountable for what they've done.
No.
I mean,
but I mean, how do you hold people like that accountable?
You vote them out.
Yeah, I know, but that's the problem, isn't it? Like that's what you would see on the news for a lot of third world countries. Can you ever see it happening here?
Well, I'd hope this would be a turning point for people to actually go who have just kind of gone, oh, I've always voted Conservative, so I've just voted for them again. But what has happened over the last few months is there's been lots of, by friends of mine as well, who have defended what the government have done or haven't done. And it's like, well, Labour wouldn't be able to do this. I'm like, well, that's not the point. This is the government that are currently in power and not doing stuff that's fit for purpose to help people, which they are elected to do. So they must be held accountable for that. And they must be challenged by the media, but by us as voters and by everybody else. Before I carry on my rant, just going to say hello to a few people. Hello, Paige. You're at work at the moment. Why are you watching us at work? Terrible. Love it, Paige. Love it. And hello, Rebecca. Hello. So they've refused school dinners. Yeah. Now, to give you some kind of numbers on this. So in Northampton, the council figures, county council, who have said they're going to support the school dinners, but there's been loads of other difficulty with that, which I won't go into too much detail. But the figures are, there's been a number of 17,001 children eligible to claim school dinners this year. Wow.
In Northampton?
Now, in Northamptonshire.
Oh.
In Northamptonshire.
17,001.
17,001. Now, this time last year, that figure was 13,526. And that is a 24% rise of children who need access to school dinners because of poverty, and the government have said no, we're not doing it. Now, with the pandemic, we're very, very lucky that we've actually got jobs and they're able to continue our jobs. But I know loads of people that have really struggled, and these are working families. They're not what's a couple of MPs have insinuated. They're just like kind of drug dealers or on benefits, which that guy he made me very, very angry. I said some expletives I'm not going to repeat here for what he's saying, but these are working families that through no fault of their own, just because of the aspect of what we're happening across the world, are now out of work.
I think, you do hear people, don't you, say, well, maybe they should, buy food instead of their packet of cigarettes or But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't think everyone understands, and in a way, they're lucky enough to not understand how scary it can be waiting for your next paycheck or or not knowing. I'm lucky enough that I've never had to skip a meal, and I can't imagine what that must feel like. Because imagine not being able to feed your children. You feel bad enough. You don't need some idiot MP telling you, oh, it's probably because you're a drug dealer, or it's probably because you smoke cigarettes. That's disgusting.
The insinuation made by the Tory MP was because the school dinners are done by the food voucher. So you get a food voucher and you can use it at Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Aldi, loads of places, literally there to do a shop. Yeah. And this MP was insinuating that people are exchanging that for drugs. I'm like,
just lives in a different world, doesn't he? He doesn't understand. Imagine walking up to a drug dealer. Here you go, mate. I'll have that.
No, it wouldn't happen, would it? Another point here, Kate again, and that doesn't include the home-educated children. In all honesty, I hadn't even thought of that.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, what are you going to do if your kids are educated from home?
Yeah, but I work with two young people that are home educated as well, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. So, yeah, that's. And it also comes from. They're again refusing school dinners when they've spent They spent £150 million on unusable face masks. They spent £10 billion on a track and trace system that doesn't work, or that does work as long as you don't use Excel.
What?
They were storing all the track and trace information on an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
Excel can only fill so many lines. So when it got to that limit of like 11,000 or whatever, they lost all the rest of the information that he was putting on Excel.
Yeah.
Spent £10 billion and are using Excel.
I think, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm always quite neutral, but I think this government has wasted money. Like, I'm a bit of a plane nerd. They recently resprayed the plane that Boris Johnson and all the MPs go on to overseas and put a little British flag on it because it needed to be, you know, seen as British. It cost £1 million to do that.
Yeah. And the best thing about that,
paid me £100, I would have stuck a flag on it for them. Why do you need £1 million to respray a plane? It's not going to get there faster.
And the worst thing about it, right, is you can't fly anywhere.
Yeah. Are they going to be quarantining after?
What should we do when we've cancelled all the flights in a pandemic? Let's get a new plane. Paint a plane.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? I can think of many words they could have paid me £100 and I would have painted on there.
Yeah.
A lot of words. And Lewis, yes, it is. It is a huge screw. I mean,
hello, Lewis.
It's just, as Kev says, I just think they're just completely distanced from reality of what is actually going on. And I mean, we know I don't like the Tory party. We all know that. No, I don't. But I haven't not said anything that's not true. I don't think at all.
That's it. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, the whole accountability thing is so important to me, and I've had arguments with people. I mean, I actually know someone, a few people who are, you know, members of the Conservative Party, and I try not to argue with them too much because they're still meant to be friends, and you're allowed to have difficult political views. But when they basically defend the indefensible, that's what makes me go, do you want to borrow my glasses?
Yeah. No,
I mean,
I think I'm a firm believer. Like, so because I'm a Dutch nationalist, I cannot vote in the UK, which is for me good because I wouldn't know who to vote for anyway. But whenever it is election time, I always like to look at all the parties and you know, see the good points and their bad points. But I just feel like there are, like you say, some people that are just so, Tory, I need to vote Tory because you need to look at, you know, that they're not always going to be good. If you look across the board, every political party has done something stupid. But
I mean, I'm not saying, like you said, they just vote Tory all the time. There are people that do that with Labour. There are people that do that every party. They just go, I'm just gonna vote that way. I mean, I'm not advocating that at all.
No, I wasn't suggesting that. No, I just think that people, like you say, they just, for whatever reason, they're just so defensive about. I don't know. It's almost like it's hurt them physically because you've said something bad about their party, and it's just like, no, just admit it's a mistake. You messed up, or the party messed up. They didn't mess up because,
I mean, I just think it's also very important for people to. I mean, this goes for all young people. If you're watching now, I know the news is boring. I know going through newspapers is like, give me a tablet, you kids, that kind of stuff. But the news is out there, accessible online, and just make sure you read different sources.
Yes.
Don't just stick to one, because all you get bombarded with is one side of the story.
Yeah. I would say as well, be careful what you read on Facebook, the news on Facebook, because half of it's just a load of rubbish.
And unless it's linked right to a newspaper and a reputable newspaper. Don't follow the Sun or the Daily Star. I said it. Don't do that. No. At all. But try and look around things. I mean, it has been shown that, you know, stuff on Facebook is probably the worst use of news ever. Now, I mean, I do this with my own mother, right? I'm telling you now, I do this with my own mother. I police what she shares on Facebook because she shares some of the most ridiculous stuff anybody has ever shared, and I challenge her on it, and I might start doing it with young people. I don't know if it's a good idea. I'll just sit on Facebook, and when you guys share something, go,
is that true though?
Is that true? Or I could do what I was doing with my mum for a bit. Any time she shared news that was really stupid, I just shared a picture of Patrick Stewart, you know, from Star Trek on there.
Oh, okay.
There's a picture of him in a lobster outfit. I'll get it
right.
It's kind of my way of protesting. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah, lobster outfits and Patrick Stewart. Best kind of protest.
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
That's so
Patrick Stewart. There we go. Right, Patrick Stewart in a lobster outfit. It's sat in a bath. So anytime
you can't really say anything to that, can you? You just be like, okay.
No, okay. It's silent protest. That's what it was about. But right, so the government, Lewis has said that they're not thinking about anything before they put things into place. They're not thinking of anything before they put their pants on in the morning, as far as I'm concerned. Just like, oh. But there has been some good stuff. We said about the local restaurants and stuff going on. Now, I like this story. I told Kevin about it earlier. So a young Cobblers Academy player has raised £750 for the Marcus Rashford campaign by asking his family to donate £1 every time he scored a goal. And when I first read this, Kevin had the same thing. He was like, "How many goals? What? How good is he? Get him on the England team straight away." But it came from different sponsors. So I mean, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, brilliant. Good on him.
You know, Jack on the under-12s, Jack Maltby-Smith. I think that is amazing that he's done that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's still going up as well, because there's a day old this one. So
wow.
I mean, yeah, Kate, total agreement. It is brilliant. That is amazing. And I want to use that as an example of he's under 12. He's raised £750.
Yeah.
You yourselves are all young people that are watching this. You have power to make some kind of change.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter how small or how big it is at all. We can do it. I mean, I've got plans to do, like, you see charity streams on Twitch. I've seen people that have done, and they've raised £20, but it's still £20 that's going to charity. You know, it's worth it. It's if you have a direct effect on someone, it is well worth it. So if you've got any ideas of what you think you would like to do, I've still got my links with Hope Food Club and a couple of other food banks or anything like that. So if you've got ideas you want to put to them, or even, volunteering is difficult, like face to face, but we can always do like the Tesco stuff, where you buy some stuff and shove it in a box to go to the local.
I was about to say, all the places have a little box, don't they, just before you walk out your door?
Yeah,
and I often find that, like, I mean, I'm addicted to baked beans. Like, addicted. I would have baked beans every day if I could. And actually, it's like, it's only 20p. Boom.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I mean, it's worthwhile, but I will say, I know you're addicted to baked beans. So from my experience of working with the food club, baked beans is one of those things that everyone always gives. So every single, I mean, this is the same across the country. Every single food club or food bank always ends up with mountains and mountains of pasta and baked beans that you just can't get rid of. Because if you were accessing the food bank, would you want to eat baked beans every day for like weeks and weeks and weeks? Kevin, don't answer that.
I would, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
because you've got to have different stuff. So you've got to diet.
What's good to donate then?
So the best things to actually donate, usually beans with sausages, right? Nice. Some meaty stuff that say, I know it sounds weird, but like spam, because you can make a meal out of spam, to a degree. tins of meatballs, and tuna,
Nice.
because those are things that usually that more expensive than the 20p baked beans. But if you've got a family that you need to feed and you've got no money, and someone gives you a bag of pasta and a tin of meatballs, you've got a meal, haven't you?
You got a meal, yeah.
That not only has got taste to it, but has got some meat and protein. Kate Smith hot dogs. Hot dogs are ideal. I remember when I was sorting out the hot dogs, with the people, I had to limit the amount of hot dogs people could get, because and everyone understood that, because you wanted to spread it out, because they're easy for kids to digest. Because that's the other thing, when you live in poverty, I've seen lots of middle class people, is the best way of putting it. It's like, well, I go foraging, and I can get loads of apples and feed. Well, good on you. Most people we work with live in a flat.
Exactly.
Miles away from anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, you're being a bit unfair to people who have got a family, and the most important thing is, it's not really nutrition, although that is very important, and you need to have a bit of balance. It's just a full belly. That's the important side. So, but yeah, if young people have got any ideas of what they'd like to do, or any suggestions, I can put the link up. But we do have in Blackthorn on a Friday, 9:30, in the Blackthorn building as a main area. So the Hope Food Club operate out of there, and they do another large one in Kings Heath. But there are some other stuff going on in the town. So if you're in a different area and you want to know who's work, you can message me. To be honest, I can quite easily find out for you, because I've still got all those connections and people's phone numbers, or I can help you get on a delivery list of some description. But I will say, from the food club, obviously, people get embarrassed, because you feel a bit ashamed of having to use it, a bit sad about it, but don't, no one judges you at the Hope Food Club or any of these places. They're just making sure you got some food. That's what's important.
That must be really sad. Like, it saddens me that people have to feel embarrassed. I understand why you'd feel embarrassed, but it saddens me that happens, because you know what, we all need a bit of help sometimes, don't we?
Yeah. So. But they're people as well. I mean, what I've done in the past is, because I had some baby stuff donated. I mean, this was ages and ages ago. Like, you thought they'd just go donate to the Hope Centre, and we don't really use it because it's a homeless charity. But what actually happened was, one of my colleagues, Tim, who's still volunteers there, lovely guy. So he had this young girl, single mum, and she came in to find out what the food club was about, and all she had was like a £5, and she wanted to find out what it was about, but she couldn't afford to get a box then. Because that £5 had to last for a week, and she had to get the bus to go up to Tesco's and get some nappies. That was it. That was all the money. That's all she had. Now, luckily, at that time, it's like, okay, well, you can get. How about you have a food box, and we give you some nappies for free, because they do that. We have, sometimes you can get baby food, nappies, all that kind of stuff. If you've got a specific dietary requirement, you can work around that as well. So do not be scared, and just if you want a bit of extra help, contact me and I can contact them for you. All right. So Kate Smith, it is the community centre in Blackthorn. They're there 9:30 on a Friday. And go ask for Tim. Also, another volunteer that works there now, a girl called Charlotte. I don't know how often she's doing, but we used to work together in a pub about 20 years ago. So
you used to work in a pub, James?
Yeah, I did. Did you know I used to work in a pub? Did you?
I didn't know
that. Right. So we've also had there's loads of volunteers in the news to extend the Northampton free school meals to Christmas. For I've lost you, Kevin. Sorry. So this is new. I haven't heard of these guys before, but I have heard of the 415 project. So that's a guy called Stan. He does a lot of stuff for the homeless in town. He's a wicked guy. So they're actually doing ready meals as well. So, which I think is amazing. That's showing that people come together. And yeah, if you know anybody that does this, do you know what? Let them know that I want them to come on the show and talk to us about what their experience. That's what I want. I want to talk to them about stuff that's going on. But if you want to come on and talk about it, anybody else, come on and talk about it. We'll have you on because it's our TV. It's our TV show. We like it. But we'll probably be doing this as a normal time between 4 and 5 on a Sunday. But you probably won't see Sunday, Friday.
I was about to say I won't be here on a Sunday, guys.
I know. Apparently, I'm working on a Sunday. What an idiot!
It's been a long week, hasn't it, James?
Yeah, I don't know where today starts and tomorrow ends. But that's kind of the news I wanted to really cover. That's the most important stuff. But yeah, if you have watched, give us a like for those that have liked it and comment. But is there anything else you want to add, or any questions that anybody else wants us to talk about? I mean, you can put a suggestion of a subject in the comments, and we can talk about it. Yeah, Kevin, anything else?
No, I don't think so. No, I was trying to find like a really good news story, but we kind of covered that. So
yeah, that was the most important, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll finish it as we normally finish, and anyone can join in this as well. You can put your comments in the bottom. It's like I want to know. I always want to end on a high note. You know, something good that has happened to you or someone else this week, or a fun story. So, Kevin.
Yes.
What nice or cool thing has happened to you this week? What a
nice. Oh, do you know what? Last night I made Toad in the Hole for the first time ever. Like properly mixed the batter and stuff as well. And I've never done that before. I don't know why. I just never got round to it, but it worked really well, and I was well chuffed with it.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It tasted great.
I haven't had Toad in the Hole in ages.
No, neither had I.
It's difficult because my girlfriend is gluten free.
And
I'm really bad at gluten-free Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need some more practice. I managed some gluten-free pasta for her, like fresh pasta. That was good. Nice. But yeah, it gets a bit annoying. I just can't make it. Really, I find it really annoying because obviously I do all the cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
Why won't this work? Why can't I make it work?
What good things happened to you, mate?
Do you know what? I'm trying to think. Do you know what? Actually, I got a new lamp.
Nice.
That's something. A new reading lamp. It's like a brass kind of style, oldie style lamp that I just like the look of. And my girlfriend and I have got some paint as well because we're painting a feature wall in the bedroom. It's going to be like a blue colour.
Dragons and stuff.
Well, I did suggest it, but she didn't go for it.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm like, okay. She's like, do you want to paint the wall? I was like, oh, can we paint a scene from Lord of the Rings? Like, shut up, James.
I'll just be the beach.
Yeah. I kind of like it. Yes, that's my good thing. But if you want us in the comments, let us know what other good things happened to you. But yeah, that's been Free2talk TV. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. I should be joined by Owen next week. But if you've got anyone you think might want to come on, I might talk to my colleague Tim about it, actually, see if he fancies coming on. But yeah, let us know. All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
See you again. Bye.
Bye.